We are live. Yay. I think everything's working appropriately and things like that. So that's good. Just going to sit here. I'm not sit here, but wait until some people show up. Thank you for all of you coming back to watch the replay. I really appreciate it. And welcome to my channel. I definitely appreciate your support and all that good stuff with me being gone for however many months recently. So we're trying to get back on track here with these nightly live chats with the palettes. So if you have any palettes that you want to see on a live chat or we do a couple looks, then definitely put them in the comment section below. Hi, welcome. Definitely put a comment, say hello, let me know who's in the room, things like that. We are playing with the Triochrome Palette tonight. I did put a poll up on my community tab and this one. So I had this palette along with the Rose Decadence Mothership, the small one. So I had this one as a part of the poll, and then also the Divine Rose 1 large mothership palette. And these both got some votes, but this one won, and I think probably because it's new and people are curious. Hi, Amanda. Yo. Yeah, so the Triochrome palette won out against the other two palettes, so I'll just do those at a different time. But I think this one probably won out because maybe you're curious to see how it looks on a deeper skin tone, and it's new, of course. So we're going to get into this one. I have not put on any blush or highlight. I was thinking about doing it afterwards, just to see how what blush looks good with the looks. I don't know. Maybe I can just do it now. How are you doing, Amanda? Let me know how you're doing. Hopefully your day is going well. I know you have work tomorrow, so I guess it's kind of your last little day off until the weekend. So here is the other Suku palette. So I've been using in the previous two live streams. Where's 101? Where is 101? Right here. Sorry. All right. So this is 101, right? Yeah, this is 101. So it has brighter shades of blushes, and then the highlights are brighter as well. And then here is 102. Okay, wrong. Here's 102. Oh, you're conditioning your hair. That's cool. Hope I don't mess up the camera. I'm trying to move this cord so I can see the comments. Okay. Oh, that's good. What are you going to do to your hair after you're finished with the conditioning and washing it out and stuff? So 102 right here. So I like this one. I mean, I like both of them. They're both very beautiful. But I like how rich the blushes look in here. And then the highlights, they look a little bit more, everyday, a little bit more bronzy gold. There, you guys made a better look. A little bit more, I don't know. They don't look as icy. And when I say icy, I think it seems like a negative, but these in this palette are they're brown girl friendly as well. So even if they are a little bit brighter. So yeah. All right. So for blush, I think I'm going to go in with this the Suku 102. And because I'm not sure of the look I'm just going to take this shade here. This one is a little, I would say kind of cranberry, but it's a little muted because this one is more cranberry. So I'm going to take it with this Sculpt 2 from Sonia G. And just prop that right on the cheeks. Hi, hello. D&D. Oh, okay. All right. I had to think for a second. What is D&D? All right. I understand what that is. Probably twisted up while listening. So do you leave your twists in and then just like go with twists, or do you like do a twist out and stuff like that? So accessorize your life. Thank you for coming. So if you don't mind, can you put what your name is, or not your whole, like what I can call you. I don't know if you want me to call you accessorize. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna start asking people that, because I like to say people's names, like hello, Amanda, hello, Sally, that type of thing. And even if you're watching on the replay, if you comment and stuff, your name and stuff. Yeah, I hear you. Oh, Julia. Okay. Hello, Julia. Nice to meet you. I'm sure you've been on the channel and commenting and things like that before, but I just like to call people's names. It's just a little something, something. Okay, so this blush is very pretty, and I think on my skin tone, it's not too much. It's not too dark or anything like that. It's just like a nice, subtle, flush of color. And I just keep going back in because it doesn't, you don't go overboard with it. Okay, I can stop. But these are really pretty. And then I like to combine this one with the 101, so that if I want a little extra boop, right on the apples of the cheeks, then I can pop like one of the bright pink or the coral or something right on the apples of the cheeks, and it's super cute. So for highlight, I'll just stick with this 102 palette, and I'll go in with this shade here. It's a little bit like I would say kind of a rose gold, but it's not as rose. It has a little bit of a bronze hint to it. And this is with the Detail Pro from Sonia G. And just blend that on the cheeks. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Okay. So this is very pretty. Yeah, this palette is really pretty. So has anybody had anything exciting going on in their day today? I know it's just Thursday, but who knows? Maybe something fun. These live streams have been the highlight of my days. They're pretty fun. So thank you all for joining and, commenting and participating and all that. All right, I'm just going to take this Sonia G smooth buffer and just blend over those little forehead highlights. There's nothing on the brush, but there's probably like excess powder from a previous makeup application from earlier. Because I did have a Zoom session today, so I did my makeup earlier. Just more news on the Johnny Depp. Oh yeah, I saw you were posting about that on Facebook. I haven't. I had heard about it when the stuff had initially happened. I guess it was earlier this year. Or was it last year? I don't know. When all that stuff had initially come out about Johnny Depp and the woman. So, okay. I think we're all set to get started on the eyes. So, hi, Fia. How are you? Thank you for coming. Okay. So here we are with this beautiful palette. Oh my goodness. So I was extremely on the fence about this. I was not going to get this. And then I think what pushed me over the edge was the fact that it came out during the sale and I could get 20% off. So yeah, it's so bright and very colorful. Yeah. Yes, it's really bright, very colorful, and I was on the fence. She is doing very well. Thank you for asking. She's growing so quickly. So she's going to be 13 months. Lord, no, 6 months tomorrow on the 13th. So yes, time has flown by. It's quite amazing how fast time has gone. Hmm. So, all right. So with this palette, we have the 3 multi-chrome shades, and then everything else is matte. So that's why I was on the fence about it, because I was like, why are there so many mattes? But sometimes when she makes her palettes, I'm like, why are there so many metallics? So hey, it is what it is. And there's really not a lot of everyday stuff you can do with this palette. But I think you can. I think you can make it, I think you can make it every day if you just use a light hand and such. So, what do we want to do with the palette? Okay. All right. I told you guys I don't come on here with any preconceived notions as far as what I'm going to do. But I do want to I definitely want to use the last row, because the last row is quite light as far as like, it doesn't have a real deep shade for our skin, like for deeper skin tones. I did see that. And I have not looked at, I haven't looked at it. I've seen it, but I haven't looked farther into it besides just seeing a picture. Maybe I got turned off with the last Raw Beauty Kristi collaboration, and I don't know. But I'm very happy for her. I just haven't purchased it, and I haven't looked into it to make the purchase. So hopefully, I think everything seems to have gone well with the ordering and everything like that. Did you purchase it? Buy anything from the collection? It looks pretty. It looked like a pretty collection. And I'm not sure if the colors really called out to me either. So we'll see. We'll see if I decide to jump into that one. It looks like a nice collection. I'm very happy for her, because she's been talking about collabing with Colorblock for quite a while. So yeah. But that pure collaboration was a hot mess. Okay. As far as like purchasing and things. So, all right, so let's do the last row first. I think this will be obviously the lighter look. So if you wanted to do something with her, if you wanted to do something that's a little bit lighter and not as in your face, then the last row may be good for you. So I was not a fan of the whole ordering process. I was like refreshing all day trying to get this palette. And then I ended up purchasing the pre-order, and it took like a month. Okay. Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, but so it took like a month to get to me, and by the time I got it, nobody was interested in it. I've used it a couple times, and I do see like a little bit of patchiness and things like that, things not blending on top of each other, that type of thing. So it just takes some finessing if you're trying to use multiple shades, as far as that pure palette that she did with that they did with Raw Beauty Kristi is concerned. So Fancy Face, if you look at her channel, if you watch her video, she did a video on that palette, and she was experiencing some of those things that I just explained. So, it's pretty and it's nice, and you can do some pretty looks with it. It's just the layering of the shade sometimes can be a bit challenging. So yeah, but I'm sure ColourPop won't have any of those issues, hopefully. So yeah. Okay, so I put on my eyes my NYX primer, and I'm gonna go in with my ABH primer because it is white, and so I'm going to get a brighter effect from these shades. And I only need a little bit because it is so bright and white. Don't want to go overboard. So I'll just put this on. Okay, so that provided a nice Yeah, quarantine, it's quite challenging. So thank God I love like the people that I'm quarantined with. Because if you don't like who you're quarantined with, then that's just worse. That's horrible. So yeah, me and my husband have been home together since the beginning of March, and that's a long time. I thought he was going to go back into the office, and then he just kept getting extended working from home, and so did I. And of course, I had the baby and stuff. So yeah. Okay. So we're going to go into the last row, and I'm going to go into, what do I want to go into? I'm going to go into Diatonic. That's the last shade in the last row, and it looks like a corally peach. I'm going to fluff that on in the transition area above my inner third. Can you guys see that? I think you can. That's a very pretty shade, nicely pigmented. And so, of course, if you use maybe like just a concealer, you might get a little bit of a lighter effect versus me adding a brighter or a brighter base. But I didn't add a lot of it, and so it's not overly like white. So even if you just use like a concealer that's like a shade lighter than your skin tone, you might still get the same effect. All right, and I'm just going to take that into the transition area as well. Okay, I think that looks cute. A nice little color there. All right, and then the next shade in this row that I'm going to use is Garmin. Yeah, Garmin. It's right next to the one we just used. Make sure I clean my brushes off. All right. And so, yeah, I think this is basically the deepest shade in this row. So you can see that you're not getting a lot of depth with that shade. You see it? It could basically kind of like blends into my skin just with like a mauve undertone. But that blends into, Garmin blends into Diatonic really, really nicely. I think so. It just overlaps and they fade into each other pretty well. Okay. And so this is the depth that you're able to get with this palette. I mean, with this row. So with this palette, I'm sure you are familiar, but Natasha Denona, she organized this palette based on rows. So this like first row, you can get a, full look with the first row, full look with the second row, a full look with the third row. And of course you can mix and match between the rows if you want to, but that's how she kind of organized the palette. So yeah. So if you just want to stick with the last row, there's the depth that you're going to get. Okay. And so that'll be fine for every day if that's something you're interested in. Now I'm going to go in with a glitter glue. If I can find it. Where's the glitter glue? So I find if I just be still and look for it. That's the thing with a live video. Okay, we're going to forget the glitter glue. And you're going to see what it's like without it. Okay, because I don't see it. It's not coming to my eye right now. But I don't want to give up. Oh, there we go. Don't give up. Okay, glitter glue. Okay. Right here on the center. And I think I'm going to do like a halo. So, but I'm going to show you guys first with only the one Triochrome shade. Triochrome shade, girl. All right. So color flip. That's the last multi-chrome, and you can see, I don't know if you can see, but I can see all these different colors. So in this shade. Let me do a swatch. Trying to get a good swatch. Okay. So can you see the green in it? And then when you look, there's all that shine, the pink, and it's just really, really pretty. It's green and then it goes pink. It has some gold and it's very pretty. Never gonna give, oh, yes. I remember that when you click on the video that you thought was something and then that guy would pop up with that song. Hilarious. Okay. Yeah, this is very pretty. Oh my goodness. Now that's in my brain. All right, so I'm going to take that and put that all over my lid. So I'm quite sure this is the row that she said was, you know, the everyday row. Okay. So that is quite, his name is Rick. Oh, okay. Yeah, that was funny. All right, so in the viewfinder, I don't know. What do you guys think about that? It's okay. I'm not gonna leave it like this because I'm somebody who likes depth. However, if I don't want to add depth, like with an eyeshadow, you could just do a wing with a dark, liner and still get that kind of effect without having to put the eyeshadow on. So, okay, I'm gonna take on the inner third, the second shade, or the second one down, the shade Kinetic, that multi-chrome. Put that on the inner corner and see how it overlaps. And then on the outer corner as well. Oh, yes, I understand. Oh, now it looks like a blue, purple type look with a pink, halo. Let me show you guys the swatch of this one. Yeah, I don't do lashes. I just, I was talking about that in the live yesterday. How I'm like, lashes, they're not my thing. They're not my thing. Okay, so here is that second shade. So it's looking pretty blue. Oh my gosh. Yes. See, that's one of my things. I was like, no, I do not want to be bothered with a falling lash. Then I'm sitting here concerned and it's sticking me in the eye and, moving into my line of sight. And it's a lot. So I don't know if these multi-chromes come up that well on camera, but in person, you can see all the different changes that they go through and stuff. So especially when you rotate your hand. But yes, so that's the shade that's on the inner and outer corner. Now to deepen up, sorry, I don't know how to turn off my notifications when I'm on here. So if I want to deepen up the shade, deepen up this look, I'm just going to have to use Manganese. Yeah, it does look blue. So I don't know if you can see the shift in, oh yeah, they are pretty. Yeah, you can't really see the shift in the light. So I don't know how effective this video will be, but if you get the palette, you'll see the shift. All right, so we're going to go into Manganese. That's a dark purple here. And it's really not that dark, but when you apply it, it gets a little deeper, I find. So there's that. And I'm just going to add this on the outer corner. And hopefully I get some depth here. So what I found with this palette, if you want to get as much depth as possible with these, because you can see that she didn't provide a lot of deep shades in this palette, you're going to have to go in with the deepest shade first rather than layering it. Because layering it is just not going to get the same, you're not going to get the same impact. Oh man. Why do I have a dark line? That is not cute. What is going on? Why do I have a dark line? That is not cute. Girl, what are you gonna do? What is that? I'm sure you can see that. I mean, maybe you. I don't like that. I mean, and I don't think it has to do with the palette. I don't think it has to do with the palette. Maybe I didn't clean my brush off good enough. Because I haven't experienced that before, just here on camera, of course. How does one remedy that? All right, I'm gonna go into Garmin, the shade, girl, the shade here, on my fluffy brush and try to go over it. It's okay, but it's not the best. So I think that's a fluke. So don't hold it to the palette, hold it to me. All right, because I haven't seen that happen before. And I've used the palette several times already. So for my inner corner, I'm going to go with a matte, and it's going to be this bright shade here. It's called Plutonium. And let's see how that lays on my inner corner. So if I wanted this to show up more intensely, I would need to put a white base down because you can't really see it at all. Yeah, you can't really see it at all. And so when Natasha Denona is showing the pictures of deeper skinned people with some of her looks, I'm assuming she's putting a white base down. I don't see it in the details, but it's like, how are you making this pop so highly on somebody who looks like they're even a little bit darker than me, you know? So I think she has to be putting down a base. I mean, what the heck? So I'm going to take some of this ABH primer and just a tad and put this on my inner corner. Sorry if I blocked it. Okay. So you see that little white area? Okay. And then I need a brush to blend that. Okay. Take this brush and kind of blend that out. Okay. And let's try again. I'm just going to go with the same brush. There we go. There we go. So now you see it. Now you see it. So yeah, that's what the key is, to get some of these to pop, apparently. But even then, it looks like it's more orange than yellow. I guess it's kind of like a yellow orange, if I can point correctly. Yeah, it looks like it's a little like yellow orange, maybe like macaroni and cheese or something. So yeah. All right. So for the lower lash line, I am going to go in with Manganese, the dark purple that we put in the crease. And just sweep that on the lower lash line. Oh, hi, Nikki. The purple looks good. Oh, cool. Thank you. Yeah. I don't know if you were in here when I got, it looks like a little dark line there, but I was saying that I didn't experience that before when I used the palette. So I think it might have been, maybe there was something on my brush. So just FYI in that regard. So for the lid, I have on the color flip on the center And actually I put it all over the lid, and then I overlapped Kinetic on top on the inner and outer corner of my eye. So, but in my mirror here, it doesn't look blue, but when I look straight at the computer, it looks blue on the outer edges of the eye. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. All right, so we'll leave that alone. And then I really like the top row. It's really pretty. All the green and everything, it's just really, it's beautiful. So I'm gonna go in with actually just some concealer on my eye rather than the white base. This concealer is a little bit brighter than my skin tone. It's a Milani concealer in shade 165. Okay, there. Blank that out real good. And all right, we're all set. So I'm gonna go directly in with Scrap. Yes, Scrap. I'm gonna take that on the outer corner. Make sure my brush is clean. Okay, don't want to shake the camera, my apologies. All right. And then I'm just gonna lay that down. Now you get a lot of depth with this shade. It's really nice. And I'm just taking that into the crease a little bit. Okay, so I've got that line basically, and I'm just gonna go with another shade and blend that out. I'm gonna take a different brush. All right, I'm gonna go with Vert. It's this limeish green shade. Is it really lime? I think Ion is more lime, but it's like a muted lime green. Okay, I'm gonna take that and blend. Does anybody have weekend plans? I know it's only Thursday, but almost to the weekend. I know, Amanda, you're going to be working. I think on Saturday, I'll probably, when we do a live stream, I'm going to do it earlier in the day, probably in the afternoon. So that blended out nicely. I'm going to take a little bit more of the dark green shade called Scrap and just blow it out. A little bit more. There we go. So I like how that's blown out and nice and smoky. All right, and then on the portion of my transition area above my, mobile lid, I'm taking Ion. It's the like really bright, it's like a neon, I guess, green shade, and it's getting pretty washed out in my lights, but it's nice and neon colored. You can see that how bright it is. I just like taking a brighter color right here. I feel like it opens the eye up a little bit more. I'm gonna go back with this fluffy brush and blend out. Make sure it's blended. Blend. Okay. Okay, that is quite bright. So I'm gonna take now for the last step is to go in with Scarab. This is the other, the multi-chrome that's in the middle on the first row. It's very, very pretty. Nikki, did you ever end up buying those liquid multi-chromes that she put out? I did not buy any of them. So this is what that shade looks like. And you can see that shift very easily on camera with this shade. It like goes from like a mossy green to like a gold, and it's just really, really pretty. And it looks like it has some like turquoise type shade in there. It's really pretty. Very, very pretty. Okay. All right. So like usual, okay, glitter glue here. Oh, I almost put that on the wrong eye. Okay. Okay, there we go. Simple, simple, simple. I'm gonna take that and put it on the lid. Wow, this is so pretty. This is so pretty. So it looks like a chartreuse on the camera with you guys, or in the viewfinder. But in a different angle, looking at it is like a nice, like greenish, tealish color. It is really pretty. It's so pretty. Oh my gosh. I like this one. I mean, I like all of them, but this one is I think this one's my favorite. And I could just do this all day looking in the mirror. It's pretty, man. It's really pretty. What am I gonna do? Add more of the dark green shade. That's not the brush I was using though. Okay. Just to make sure it's blended in with the metallic shade we just put on the lid. That's very pretty. It's very pretty. So you could leave it like this. I think I want to see what one of these shades layered on top of it's going to look like. I'm taking Scrap on my lower lash line. Here we go. Okay. All right, so this color flip shade, it does have some green in it. This is the shade that we put on the center of the lid. It looks pretty pink on the viewfinder right now. I'm gonna use some of that and see what it looks like. I'm gonna put it on the outer edge just to see. Hey, I'm just playing here. You see that? Yeah, you can see that. That's pretty, I think. That's a cute little combination. And then I'm not adding anything else on this brush. I'm just blending that out. Okay. That's cute. I think that's pretty. Okay. And then so the limitation with this palette, other than, it only has 3, metallics and the rest are mattes and it's pretty bright, things like that. It doesn't have anything for like a brow bone highlight that's metallic or like an inner corner highlight, unless you want to go kind of editorial, that type of thing. But I'm not going to put either any of these 3, multi-chrome shades on my brow bone or on my inner corner, and the two shades that are bright, or the two matte shades that are light, like this one is too light for me to put on my brow bone. Maybe a lighter skin tone probably would work well. And then this one is also too light because it would look kind of ashy, and it has a hint of green to it. So that's not something that I want to put on my brow bone. So I'm going to go into my highlighter, which is from the Suku palette, and I'm using this one. They don't have names, so I just have to say this one. Okay. Okay. And it's kind of bronzy. I don't know if it goes that well, but I think it'll look nice. Okay. And I'm going to do that on this side too. All right, and then I'll take my fluffy brush with nothing on it. And I'll wipe it off, make sure it's wiped. And blend that out. Okay. So I think that looks nice. So I'm gonna go and I'm not gonna go anywhere. I'm gonna put my liner on right now, and I'm gonna use the same one I've been using for the past couple evenings. And line, quick liquid liner. Keep doing it too thick. Okay. I'm gonna do a little wing. Okay. Oh, you're very kind. Oh, thank you. That's very nice. So I think it probably looked better before I did this liner. I think I need to get a little bit more comfortable with doing my liner on live because it's just gone. It's kind of large, so I wouldn't usually do it this large. So unless you had like lashes to kind of stand out beyond the liner. Yeah, I really like I like purple as well. My wedding was cream or like champagne and plum. I like purple. Okay, and here we go again. See, I need to Okay. I cannot do. Okay, I can do this. That's good enough. Okay, so we've got two winged liners, and I'm gonna put some mascara on like usual. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't usually do it either. I guess I'm just trying to add a little bit something extra to the looks. Although, I mean, it's already multi-chromed. What do you need to add? But I really like this look here. um, Thanks. It's just like if you look up close, just from back there, I'm sure it's great. But this look here where it like fades into that pinkish shade, it's really pretty. Um, have you been playing with your palette? I know you said you had purchased it. So have you been experimenting in things? Oh, so pretty. I didn't even bother with the primer. I just was like, I just went in with the mascara. And this is the Dark Star mascara. Everything is, I mean, well, at least this is the same. I'm really gonna just try it tonight. It is kind of intense. See, I was not gonna get this because I was just like, what am I gonna do with that? Like 3 little metallic shades and stuff and all these mattes. But I actually I did that the last row only. And I thought it was pretty decent, especially not pretty decent, but it looked really pretty and it was like an everyday type look. It wasn't too in your face because it's not real deep. And then the multi-chrome on the bottom, it has like a flip to like a goldish greenish shade. So it kind of, I don't know, it kind of works for every day. Yeah. I mean, it's fun, especially if you're about to go to sleep, you know, it doesn't hurt any, you know, to just play for a little bit. Right. Seriously. I've said that because before I had Jada, I was trying to get prepared as far as my hair is concerned. And so I was started playing with one wig. I was like, shoot, no, I don't have to go into the office. Okay, I'm not leaving the house hardly. Ain't nobody gonna say nothing if it shifts. So yeah, now's the time to do all that type of experimentation. It's like if that lace starts lifting or something, you know, nobody's gonna see it except my husband. And I can just take it off or re-glue it or something. Oh wow, sister locks. Those are so stunning. I love they're just so pretty. They're so beautiful. And are you getting like the official sister locks that are like not copyrighted, but like trademarked or something? Do you have to have a special like person to put them in? Okay, that's cool. I'm sure they'll come out beautiful. Because I was a while ago thinking about locking up my hair a little bit. Not a little bit. How do you? I was thinking a little bit about locking up my hair, and I was seeing people doing some type of like DIY thing where they do it themselves. Okay, that's cool. There was this lady at work. You know, when we were still in the office, she had sister locks, and they're just so long and beautiful, and she could just do all this beautiful stuff with them. They're so pretty. All right, I'm just taking forever with this mascara. This is pretty. I like this look. I wasn't too sure about it. I think it came out pretty good. I think it came out pretty good, both of them. So the thing I'm not the biggest fan of is the matte. I think it looks cute, you know, from far away, but it's just not as, it doesn't look as like seamless and stuff like that. I think probably because of the primer application that I did on the inner corner, but I think it's cute. I think they're both pretty. I like this palette, you guys. I do. I do. Okay. For lips, I do have, finally, I brought up the lip pencils that I actually like from Pat McGrath. And I put them on my table. And now I am looking for them. But I seriously just put them on this table. Okay, here they are. All right, so, well, I think they are, but I don't have them. So let me preface it by saying that I do not have those liquid shadows. However, just looking at the videos and stuff and people swatching them and using them, I think they do look better. I think there's more shine to them, and you can probably see the shifting a little bit better. At least with Scarab, because Scarab, that's the one that she has a multi-chrome liquid, and then she also put it in this palette. So I think it might be better in that regard. And then the multi-chromes that I have from Sydney Grace are shinier than these. I know the colors aren't exact, but yeah. Yeah, I didn't get them, especially because I wasn't a big fan of her Chroma Crystal liquid shadows that she came out with. I did a video on those on my channel, and yeah, they were a little bit finicky to work with and things like that. So I didn't even bother with them. I didn't even bother with those liquid multi-chromes, but they look beautiful, and I think everybody who I've seen use them said they like them. So they're probably better than I'm sure they're better than the Chroma Crystal ones. So, in regards to my lip liners, I have Deep Dive and Ground Control from Pat McGrath. And just in case you're interested in what these look like, I think she has a swatch of Ground Control on her website. But when she came out with the new shades of her lip liner, she didn't have swatches of the new shades. So, yeah. All right. Can you? That's not going to work. Okay. Let me find another space on my hand to show you these two swatches. All right, so you can see the dark brown one is Ground Control, and then the medium brown one is Deep Dive. So these are the types of shades that I like for my lip liners, unless I'm going for a burgundy. And then this one is Brown Nouveau, the one I've been using in my other lives. That one there, Brown Nouveau. So you guys can see it's a little bit redder and stuff. So it just doesn't show up as I like it on my lips. So I'm going to go with Deep Dive. And I always wear lip liner. I'm sure you guys know that. And I'm just going to do a nude. So for tomorrow's live, so I talked to my husband about maybe skipping some days, like the weekends or something, and he encouraged me to do all of them, all the days. He's not letting me get out of it. So for tomorrow's video, is there anything in particular that you guys are interested in looking at? Or, that you might want to even look at a replay? I know everybody can't come to every live. If so, let me know. Otherwise, I'll probably do another poll. Okay. And then, whoops. All right. And then for the lip color, I'm going to use the Natasha Denona Gloss and Balm in the shade Tan Nude. I think this is Do Them All. Good man. Oh, yes. I was like, so honey, what about date night and stuff? He's like, well, we can adjust times and things like that. So I was trying to get out maybe 2 days, but he said, you said 30 days. So there you go. Do them all. Okay. All right. So this one is the lightest of the three. I was thinking that too, because I don't have a video on my channel for that. Nikki had asked me to do a video on that. I think in May before I had Jada. So yeah, I was thinking that. Something that's not pattern Natasha. Okay. Let's see. Okay. They are my favorites. I don't know what I would do. Well, I won't say I don't know what I would do. I have quite a lot. This one is light. It's light. It's a little lighter than that I'm liking. So I'm just going to add more lip liner. So I was going to ask if anybody was interested in the Huda Naughty Nude palette, and I have a lot of stuff, so I don't know what all to offer. Yeah. I'm going to add different liner. I'm just a liner person. That would be nice. Okay, yes. And then that would kind of be like a first impression, because I've never, the only shade I use is that glossy shade that I told you guys about in my first live that creased like 5 minutes later. So, Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that would be fun. Okay, cool. So we have some ideas going. And of course, I could do, multiple palettes and stuff like that. So here's our little nude lip. It took a while to get there, but here we are. So I enjoy this look a lot. Yay. Thank you guys for voting in the poll to which, as far as which video you or which palette you wanted to see. If you're curious about the rest of the face, I am wearing the Too Faced Born This Way 24-Hour Matte Foundation in Spiced Rum. And the concealer is the Hourglass Concealer in Umber. And what else did I do? I set my face with my Sephora powder, the Micro Smooth powder. And then the blush is the Suku blush from the palette 102. Do I have? Yeah, 102. So I used this blush here and then this highlighter here. Yeah, so yeah, I like Kinky Sweats review and all that. She's probably who got me into purchasing all of them. And then just all of her creativity and stuff. It just yeah, she's a true Pat fan. This one is Spiced Rum. So I also had tiramisu, but that one is it's a bit darker than what I need. So Spiced Rum seems to be a better shade for me because chai is a little bit light, in my opinion. So yeah. What did I do for contour? Oh, my Tom Ford, the Tom Ford shade in Illuminate. I know, man. I just have to go in like, no, you're not. You're not. Chestnut. So I think a chestnut was an original shade that Jackie did not expand. And I used to have chestnut in the original, before Jackie expanded. And I thought it was a bit red for me. So yeah, I'm quite sure it was chestnut. Or no, it was mahogany. Never mind. It was mahogany. So scratch that. Yeah. So let's see. Is there anything else to talk about? I don't think so. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Yeah. I think the eyeshadow came out nicely. And if you're interested, so she has Natasha Denona, she has a 15% going on. I think she still has it going on her website for eye products. So I'm sure that includes this palette. Okay. And yes, guys, I thank you so much for watching. Thank you for coming through and chatting with me. And I hope to see you guys tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Well, you know what? I'll keep you informed in that regard. Okay. We might shift the time a little bit, but either way, I'll go live tomorrow. So I will talk to you all tomorrow. Have a wonderful evening. Bye, guys.